So today we're trying out some Breaking Bad looking pre-workout, which is the PG, and this video may not be PG, but it's the Pharma Grade PUMP Pre-Workout. We're going to give it a little taste test, little review. We're going to go and hit a shoulder and arms workout. I'm going to give you a breakdown of the ingredients, and most importantly, I'm going to tell you, is this worth your money? Let's get ready, shreddy, and go get whacked out of our brains and see what this is all about. So we are going to try, we're going to try just 1 scoop of this. Just joking, we're going to do 2 scoops because that is how we roll. So we got the 2 scoops of the PUMP, and Alice likes it when I knock a PUMP out of my arsehole. So we're going to give it a shake, shake, shake. And this is the, I think it's the blue ras flavour, blue raspberry. So let's give it a try. Now, it's very rare that I have a pre-workout and I'm like, ooh, that tastes nice. Most pre-workouts are just tolerable. This tastes more like a juice. It doesn't taste like, ugh. It's actually alright. I wouldn't say it's nice, but as far as pre-workouts go, it's one of the nicer ones that I've had. It doesn't leave a chemically taste in my mouth. So I'm going to neck this, and then we're going to hit up shoulders, arms. We'll see what kind of pump we've got, because we know when the biceps are popping, those biz snatches will start dropping, and we'll see how effective it actually is. As I am recording this video and as I'm filming and working out today, I am currently suffering with a very minor pec tear. There's some really bad bruising there. There was some really bad swelling there a week ago, but a week on and things are way, way better. I'm just a little bit restricted with training. So my workouts at the moment aren't quite what they normally would be. I'm having to try and find exercises that I can do full range of movement on that don't aggravate it. And those exercises I'm typically just doing more sets on to be able to get the volume in that I need. I'm not able to push too heavy, so I'm just really trying to slow the reps down. In some cases, going through partial range of movement. But this exercise here is the one I was doing all the way through prep, super 30s. And what we do is to tricep push down, you start with half reps from the top, from the stretched position halfway down. We then go for 10 reps. We then go from the half rep position all the way to lockout. We then do 10 reps of that, and then we finish off with 10 full range of motion reps. This is something that I'm now able to do pretty much okay with the injury, so it's an exercise that I'm trying to keep in because it gives me a good pump. It feels like I'm working the tricep, and it doesn't cause too much aggravation of the tricep. We're then moving on to skull crusher, and the progress on this dumbbell skull crusher. When I first hurt my pec wrestling, maybe 3 days after I tried this, and I just couldn't do a single rep. Now I'm able to do a lightweight, slowing the reps down, getting a really good contraction, really good squeeze, really feel the muscle. And that's what bodybuilding sometimes is about. It's not about the weight you're lifting, it's the tension you're putting on the muscle. And I'm able to do that absolutely fine. What I didn't film was an overhead single arm tricep cable extension using the rope. Absolutely fine doing that as long as I stretch the pec out first. We're then moving on to side delts, and this is an exercise I can do absolutely fine on both arms now. It's the seated side delts, and this is something that I start my shoulder workouts off with now, is side delt work. Shoulders for me is an area that's lagged for years. Shoulders and arms is really underdeveloped in comparison with me chest, with me back, and the quads. Chest, shoulders and arms, chest grows really easy, so I'm not too bothered that my chest is a little bit injured currently. Shoulders is something I really need to prioritise, and doing those side delts to start with instead of pressing, and upping the frequency of how often I'm training side delts has really helped bring those on. The front delt is also an exercise, the front raise is also an exercise I'm able to now do and get a good solid workout in from that. Now we've got just a little bit of conditioning work here. You can see the pec is slightly swollen. There's some bad bruising there, but it's not looking too bad. Almost 3 weeks post-show from the NABA Worlds. I'm pretty happy with how I'm looking. I've got a good pump from that pre-workout today, and we're going to go through the ingredients profile very shortly. But right here, I am probably around, I want to say maybe 10 pounds up from the show. Post-workout, straight away in the gym, we got a mix of Cocoa Pops and Rice Krispies and 40 grams of whey. So we've had the cereal, we've had the protein shake, we are home, I've been to the sunbeds, been to the shops, and this is the next meal. Literally just came off the pan. It's still smoking hot, just like Shreddy. We have got our mince, 5%. We've got white rice. We've got a Mediterranean vegetable mix, which has got aubergines in. I think it's aubergines. Peppers, onions. I put some mushrooms in there. Got a little bit of broccoli. So how did Pump give me that PUMP when I was clanging, when I was banging in that weight room? Well, the pump is very good. In the words of Borat, very nice. I've got me notes of the ingredients here, so let's take a look to see exactly what this is delivering. So we've got the nitric oxide booster in there. We have got citrulline at 4,000 milligrams in one scoop, 8,000 for the full serving. Obviously, I took the 2 scoops. So this is the main ingredient for getting that extra pump. You can actually just take a nitric oxide supplement. Tablets used to be very popular. Capsules used to be very popular. But you've got a good dose in here of this in the pump pre-workout. Beta-alanine, this is that supplement that gives you like the tingly effect. The tingly effect doesn't necessarily mean that the product is good or bad. It's just some people get that tingling feeling from that. Again, we've got 3,200 milligrams of that there, which is about a standard dose for pre-workouts. We've got 2.5 milligrams of betaine hyandrous. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is from some early research shown to improve strength and power and performance. We've got some glycerol, 2.5 milligrams of that as well. That helps give you that pump feeling, helps retain water, helps push water to the muscles. And if you're hydrated, this is going to be excellent for that pre-workout pump. Arginine, another nitric oxide booster. Again, that's one of the key things that you want in your pre-workout for that pump feeling. Taurine, aka bull sperm. Does it work? Does it do much? I've seen Dave Palumbo say it doesn't. All energy drinks do contain it. And I think it's one of those things that because most drinks do contain it, all new drinks feel that they need to put it in there. It's hard sometimes to say, when you've got such a combination of ingredients, it's hard to say which ones really do work, which ones really don't. There's only a couple that are scientifically proven time and time again to work. And that's not just when it comes to pre-workout supplements, but when it comes to any kind of supplementation at all. Creatine is one of those supplements, it's not in here, but creatine is one of those supplements that is scientifically proven to work time after time, research after research, study after study again. So creatine is one of those supplements that I would always recommend to people, along with testosterone. What? Overall, there's a ton of ingredients in this, and for me, how do I assess if a pre-workout is any good or not? Ultimately, it goes by how much of a pump have I got compared to normal? How vascular do I look when I'm in the gym? And these are obviously hard to tell if you're not lean already. It's hard to tell how vascular you might be if you're not already lean. It's hard to tell how more energized you are of just a pre-workout alone compared to how did you sleep the day before? What kind of foods did you have? Have you ate all your meals? Have you missed some meals? How rested are you? Pre-workouts, if you take them, from my limited use of this one, I'd say it's worthwhile trying. However, a pre-workout should not be at the top of your list. It should not be the thing that's going to make or break your gains when it comes to the gym. If you are used to using pre-workouts, by all means, I would recommend this. It tastes good. From my personal experience, I got a good pump from it. The profile, the ingredients, pretty decent. And the pricing, I think this will cost me, it was under 30 quid I paid for this. So I think you get 27s of the double scoop. So it's not the cheapest, but for the ingredients you get, good dosages, good quality, I would give it a go. If nothing else, you can pretend that you're Walter White mixing up some of that blue crystal. Have you tried this pre-workout? If you have, let me know it down in the comments below. If you haven't tried it, let me know what pre-workout you are currently using. If you want to see more of these kind of videos, please just comment down below, drop your questions there. Follow, subscribe to follow my bodybuilding journey, wrestling journey, and see all the shenanigans that Shreddy is getting up to. Until next time, remember this ain't no gimmick. It's a lifestyle.